What is up, peeps? SWTVHT, and I'd like to welcome you back to another video. And in this video, we've got something very different. It is smokes, creative smokes for you to use that will change your game in Cash. Now, these are smokes that I've actually essentially made up. But again, if you've seen them somewhere else, it's not something that I've copied. It's just something I thought on top of my head, and maybe it's been thought of before. So these are just general smokes that I thought about. And let's get straight into the first one anyway. This will change your game. So what you got to do, you got to go into that boost, get someone to boost you up, aim at that, essentially that, I don't know what it's called, but that metal frame diagonally, and essentially follow that through on the way to about outwards of that. It's a very bad way to explain it, but I think you can see. But what that'll do is that'll actually smoke cross for you on or truck, as people say, on Cash. And the good thing about that is you can do it whilst on boost, so someone in main doesn't have to do that and maybe get rushed on. So it's a really good benefit in that sense. And another one that you can actually do now is a way to smoke white box. So what you got to do is you got to aim at the middle of this garage, aim all the way up to the wire, and then just go ahead and throw that smoke. Maybe you can aim a little bit lower because it is quite harsh. It goes all the way to the end there. Maybe you can do it a bit lower to get a bit more coverage of that smoke. But what it will do again is it will cover white box for you, whoever's up top, and it gives you that time to look at Z and maybe focus on that and prioritize that. So the next one in a sense is actually Z. So what you got to do is you got to go to this corner here straight from spawn, aim at essentially the middle of the top of this garage, that middle white line, and just do a jump throw. There's no bind throws needed. I haven't got a bind or anything. All these jump throws I do in this video are all essentially throws that I haven't binded. They're just random throws. It does have replicability. So again, that's something you can throw that will really help out of your game. It won't go into A main, it'll just go just about outside. But again, as a benefit of this, you can throw a Molotov straight in there whilst you have coverage, and anyone in Z will just back off or try and jump out, and essentially they've got the disadvantage. So the next one now is in B, and this one again, I just thought about it. I was like, do you know what, let's see what this does, and it turned out absolutely perfect. I'm not even making this up. So what you got to do is you got to get that smoke grenade at the back, jump on that little ledge, aim at the second, I'd say hole, or I'm not sure what that is, in the building, and essentially what that'll do is that'll directly smoke CT from you. So again, you have that coverage and a safer spot for a support player essentially. So just throw that smoke for you. As you can see, it just bounces right off that, I'm not sure what that is, those pipes essentially, a stack of pipes, it lands straight there. So I'm actually going to go to some counter nades now for the CT. So if someone's in sunroom trying to throw that smoke, why don't you molly them off? So in this one, I'm just going to show you for a near, let's say, I'll say close sunroom, so it's the farther up area sunroom, because you can't molly all of it. So you've got to go into that corner, aim at the very top of that line in the wall, the first line you see coming up, throw that molly and it'll land right there, so anyone looking out can get damaged. Now there is one for you to throw a bit further back, so what you got to do is you got to go all the way to the very end of headshot essentially till you stop, look at the middle of that radiator, jump throw that molly, and again it's something that you can, as long as you press throw and jump at the same time, you should be okay. And again, it'll just land at the very back there, so whoever's throwing that smoke grenade will just get completely mollied out the way, and they'll be in a lot of trouble. So again, I guess you can use both of them at the same time, which would be very helpful. So what I'm going to get into now is a pop flash, and essentially this is one I made up in game, thinking, okay, let's just try some stuff. And what it does, you got to aim at the very top corner of that entrance, and it'll literally bounce off and pop just as it's leaving the entrance. So whoever's on toxic or whoever's at the very left side of highway will get flashed by this, and they won't even have the chance to see it for a split second. It literally just pops. So again, just look at that corner and go ahead, throw that pop flash, and it'll give you that one chance. So in this scenario now, in this grenade, let's say someone's rushing A and you're covering B and they're coming up highway and you want to get a smoke out to stop them, just jump on that ledge, aim at that very corner that I'm looking at now, at that cross, and then just do another jump throw. Essentially, there's no binds, you just press space and throw at the same time, or down and throw at the same time on the wheel, because I know how some of you have the scroll wheel jump, and essentially it will just land right there. Even if, you know, you don't get there in time to use that smoking advantage, it helps your teammates. And what you can also do is use a Molotov in the same position, and that could also help you out a lot. Essentially, it's either producing damage or stopping them from running. So what you need to do is you need to aim at the second top line, I guess that, whilst running. No matter where you are, as long as you're running and aiming at that line, the Molotov will land at that area and prevent them from getting into any sort of trouble. So again, it's really helpful. Now, this is one smoke I use all the time, and the reason why I use this smoke rather than the, you know, you usually throw it on the floor, is it gives a lot of coverage for you, and you can do it whilst running out into A main, so you can do it without being seen. So it's a massive benefit. So as I said, sorry, I haven't said this yet. You aim at this essential grill at the line in the middle and just throw your smoke whilst running, and it will bounce off the hut and land straight right in front essentially of the garage. And again, it has replicability. Sometimes it will have this situation where, you know, there's a little hole aside to peek through, but what you can do, again, you can throw a molly in there because this smoke lands in front of the garage, not inside. So throw a molly in there, so if someone's trying to get a sneak peek, they're going to be damaged by that Molotov and have a bit of trouble. So that's actually it. That's all the nades I have. If there's any questions you have or anything else you'd like me to do, then let me know. And also let me know if this did help you in your game. These are ones I just thought about and just said, you know what, let's give it a go. Anyway, this is episode of TVHD. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and peace.